Welcome back to NC Bassin. I'm Landon Moore. Today we're at Wife Landing on Lake Norman, trying to win the monthly. I dropped the 4th in the monthly. Now I'm 1.25 inches back. I need a 19 1/4. My smallest fish is an 18 incher. I need a 19 1/4 to tie, and that would give me a tiebreaker over Alex. And I'm also practicing for the Hobie b.o.s next week, a 2-day tournament, big tournament, biggest tournament I've been in on the kayak for sure. I'm excited. Lake Norman in April is awesome. Still don't know where I'm going to go. I'm starting on the southern end because this water is way warmer. These fish are definitely should be on beds. I'm looking for big fish, so I'll probably be throwing a wacky rig all day. But if these fish are on beds, I might have to finesse them. But I'm going to start out throwing big baits and top waters. Hopefully I can get some big ones to bite. Let's see how it goes. Good Lord. First cast with a crankbait. I mean, smashed it. Be a big one. Throwing the moonshiner, got one to nibble at it, just swipe at it. That might be a good fish, actually. Probably not, though. They all feel big. Medium action rod, nothing big enough. Might as well worry about getting the fish in before I worry about fixing it. Gotta be hooked, foul hooked or something. It's decent. Not gonna help though. Okay, fish, you want me to scoop him? That's a decent one. 16 3/4. Not gonna help, but solid fish. I ain't with the fish here in the Hobie either. So. Oh my God, did you go? I mean a giant, guys. Just swiped at it like he might be on this boat flying in here. There's a fish. Big one too. Well, maybe not huge. They're all big to me. God! What the? Golly. I don't think he was about 18 though. I don't think he'd have really helped much, but he could have helped a 1/4 inch or so. What in the world? That 8-pound test, I might go to 12 now. Wow. That pole's sharp though. He got me on that pole, that metal pole. Probably had a rough spot. Dang. I only got a bite, guys. It's 9:18. I'm going to put the big baits up and start finesse fishing. Yep. Finally. He's small. Been forever though, guys. I mean tiny. So it's a long cast to win. Remember that one hit the moonshiner earlier. I fished the back of these two pockets and haven't caught anything. Had one bite and he took my whole worm somehow, even with the crossover ring. That fish has been caught before. Tiny guy. We got a bite, finally. It's 11:07. It has been a struggle. There's one. How largey? Largemouth. That's what I've been trying to catch. He ate that thing in 2 seconds. Well, it's getting high noon, so maybe the bite's gonna pick up. That right bait's baton. It's a killer this time of year. Trying that watermelon red. It's a all scarred up looking fish. He's definitely not gonna help, but he's a decent little guy. I think he's definitely a male. That's probably what I had ripped my worm off, because I was in the area of largemouth. the backs of pockets is where largemouth want to be. Backs of creeks even better, but sometimes they get muddy this time of year. They still want to spawn in cleaner water, but they get super shallow and way easier to catch off their beds. These spots are easy to catch, but they're hard to sight fish because they like the bed a lot deeper. Only got a bite. Finally hooked one. Got to be small. Missed like 4 of them. The wind is blowing. There's fish in the wind. I mean, not even near the shade or nothing. Get decent fish. Man, if I'm missing fish that are big, I'm feeling dumb now. They might even be perch or just nibbling. Looks like a solid fish on the swim bait. Not big at all, but we'll definitely take him. Guess they're not on beds. They're out here chasing bait in the wind. There's grass right there, but they're not even in the shade. I mean, he has tried to spawn at least. Look at those fins. I can see that, but yeah, he's 17 3/4. Not going to help me. Mind having him next week though. 17 3/4 is a good fish. Yeah, he's definitely tried to spawn. I guess I'm gonna throw swim bait in the wind. About to get around the point to get out of the wind because it's starting to white cap and it's a little too rough for me. Right where he should have been. Let me see you before you go crazy. Golly, can't keep him hooked. He wouldn't have helped, but that was a good fish. He was probably another 17.5 or so. Thought I felt something. They're just biting a wacky in the wind. He's around the shade line though. Of course, I'll get the little one in probably. He's got the little one with him too. Little guy. Throwing up bait. Can land them. Just glad the fish that I lost that fought really hard and seemed like big fish. I got to see them at least. That probably wouldn't have helped. That first one would have maybe barely helped, but probably not. They always grow when you lose them. Oh my gosh. I mean, dirt shallow up there. He's very big. I almost think it'd be a big largemouth. I got one up there. I mean, it's like 6 inches and there's just a spot over there. He's got to be on the bed. I'm looking here. It's really windy. And just skin hooked him. I'm lucky I got him in. I would have thought he'd be a big one. Wait, I mean, it's 6 inches. I can see the bottom up there. Trying to fish in the wind, but it's getting a little sketchy out there, guys. I'm definitely back here looking for beds now. Force them to be on the wacky rig and up shallow. That's a largemouth. I know they're really not on beds yet. They're little. He's out in the wind. And he tore up my swim bait. Big. I just don't like I'm gonna catch a big one out in the wind. I guess I gotta fish the wind though. I'm gonna throw the mag drive. Maybe something will happen. See, that's what a largemouth looks like in a year, and the spot's like a 12-inch spot. That's why they outcompete them too. It's a 1-year-old largemouth. Hopefully it's an F1. Yep, they're chewing in the wind. They're babies. Never gonna catch fish shallow. fish had it. I mean, I couldn't catch up to him. Right after are they all small? It's decent. Ooh, I don't know. It took them so far away and had a bow in my line that. Where'd my bait go? That's what they all are. I'm hooked them for 1 second a couple times. I mean, he had it. As soon as I twitched it, he bit it, but I never felt it. I was like, where'd my bait go? I could not find my bait. So windy, I had a bow in my line. They're loaded out here. Out. There we go. I mean, he's not big either. Or is he? Decent one. There we go. There was a fish probably on a bed. He's not going to be 18. Largemouth. Finally. Let him have it too long. Right where he should be too. That's not how you want him to eat it really, because it's too deep. He's definitely not even 17. Maybe 16 and a half, probably 16 3/4. Didn't really look that hard, but he definitely won't help. But finally, I'm about to leave. I mean, tried all I can. I know I can catch them in the wind, they're just not gonna be big enough. And it was getting a little sketchy too. But it's been tough. 68 degrees, you think these fish would be all over beds, but they're not. Seen 0 beds. The fish don't seem like they're even up shallow. They're in the wind. Well guys, overall it ended up being a pretty tough day. I could catch fish in the wind. I thought I was gonna be able to sight fish. I'm trying to find some pockets that I could go back to in the hobie tournament. Didn't really work out. Lost the monthly too. Just needed one more good fish. Failed a 4th. I knew it'd probably take up around 94 inches. 93 was just not enough to do it. And we'll go up to McCrary Creek Landing, Queens Landing for the hobie tournament. I'm gonna go up there and try to sight fish largemouth. I mean, I really think if these fish pull up on beds, I'll be able to catch them. Caught a lot of big largemouth this time of year. Instead of just randomly trying to catch spots, that's probably what my plan is. Big payday for the hobie tournament. So hopefully I can, it's a 2-day tournament. Those videos are coming up. Hopefully I can make it happen and catch some big fish. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on NC Bassing.